It's not watching!
Yes. Yes, actually, it is now time to live stream again because, hey, everyone, back again. Welcome back to Innovator Review. Everyone, back again. Welcome back to Innovator Review. This time around, we're going to be taking a look at the coronavirus. It is such an unfortunate
Honey, you're
pandemic
going to get it demonetized.
Yes. Well, in all seriousness, we. Anyways, let's move on from that and talk about something else, like Sunshine Steam, Firelighters, and
Honey.
and Christmas. Yes, Christmas. Just Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without Saint Nick and Jesus Christ.
I just returned from eating pizza.
Oh, that's good.
That's too. Welcome back to another live stream.
And Brittany left.
God damn it. I'm gonna get his ass. Hey, you guys all know who this is. This is Kevin the E2.
And everything's falling on me.
And he was supposed to go back to his parents today, but I don't know what happened with that, so he's here. Yay. Surprise of Cadabras.
Yeah. We're waiting, an extra hour.
Well,
so it's going to be another hour until we leave.
Thursday. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm muted Danny. Well, how about I could either start off with discreet, or me and Kevin could go dick around in pizza. Kevin, you pick.
Huh?
What should we do first? We do the script or play a little Roblox before you have to go home?
Script.
Okay, let's do scripts. Alright, you can share screen your storyboard. I can't share screen mine because I think it's busted. I'm going to tell Brandon to get back here.
Wait, I'm sharing my screen.
Yay! We're going to be working on scripts this stream. And happy Friday night and Saturday night. And almost Saturday for the UK.
One day at Timber Sheds, Edward, Kevin, Thomas, Casey Jr., and Flying Scotsman were having a meeting on what they should do for Kevin's last video. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. And my script is too damn long.
This is probably going to take the entire weekend.
just spelled her name wrong. Good grief. The future. Tell Bethlehem how soon we see the light. Oh, one name was sleep, a star and star above. The Chinese the everlasting light, the same ungodly oh.
When we started Carvana, they told us that selling
Oh, for Pete's sake!
online wouldn't work. But we went to work, building an
Shut
hate
up,
it.
ads.
Ads can go burn.
Yeah, they are annoying.
They can go burn.
You know what?
What? You didn't?
I'm gonna make this script during the weekend, and then next weekend.
Well, you need a title.
I'm just gonna voice it.
Hold up, Kevin. You need a title first. What's the title going to be of this?
Meetings.
Okay. Innings. Okay, Kevin. Go to the top. Go to. Okay. You see where it says denying document? Yeah. Here you go. Yay! Let's see. What is your next line? Let me look.
But yeah, next weekend, I'm gonna be in a StreamYard by myself, voicing the characters.
Well, if you can tell my else unit with lady, just like if you get that lady model, just drop us in. Just put us as cameos roles with speaking roles.
Yeah, just in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, know what? I'm gonna open my trees for everybody. Here we go. Nope. Wait.
I have returned.
For our souls,
Yep.
I'm opening my trees.
Yee. Ah, crap, we're gonna die now.
Oh dear. Oh, well, I ripped in the box. Oh well. I was gonna preserve it. Oh well. Nope.
What are you doing, sis? What the heck is that?
Tiny Christmas trees. I got us decorations. I
Cool.
have to wait till after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I put out my stockings already. I just gotta get out my Christmas stuffed animals. Oh no, my trees are trying to run away. My tree is trying to run away.
They do that when they don't like you. The little Christmas tree ran away because it did not like you.
Brandon was being a mook.
What is he not?
My boyfriend is nuts. That's then again. Look who he hanged out with.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you're gonna be wondering what I've had at Walmart today, but you're gonna have to wait till I am able to get it. I'm not spoiling it.
Spoiler alert. We're screwed.
I'll give you one hint. It has to do with a movie that came out in 2014. That's your only hint. Oh, come on, erasers.
I'm just posting a picture of something. Eric just gave it away.
Oh, Kevin's not what Edward.
Yeah.
Well, now I can put the screen on Kevin the Snowman. Because he's going to go on a tree. Oh, come on.
I'm just thinking of what I should put next.
Hey, Kevin, you know what they say? Great minds think alike.
And Percy's gonna say the same thing.
Okay, Shane doesn't like me. I think I'm gonna use the hook with this. Come here, Danny Claus. Okay, it don't want it. Dream, dream. There we go. There's Santa Claus. I'm just making a little village. Brandon the reindeer. Oh, nope. Oh no, you don't. Oh.
But yeah,
Uh-oh, we got an ad! We got an ad! We do not need an ad!
I was in a Discord server and someone joked about them being Victor Tanzig.
Oh, that's disrespectful to him.
I'm just gonna continue to rest when I get home.
Yeah, why don't you take a break and go eat?
I ate pizza.
Welcome to Pizza EE.
Pizza EE.
But like I said, viewers, if you did not watch the video, it's all on the official Soda Group channel. Do not hack that channel. We're looking at you, idiots.
Me's listening to copyright music.
Oof. No what? Screw this Christmas music. Folks, we are right into Victor. Oof.
It hates the fact that almost every song on YouTube
It's copyrighted infringement. YouTube, you are stupidly drunky.
Henry's accident with the flying kipper was by far the worst to ever happen to us nor'easters up to that point. The men at Groban's Gate did their best to fix him, but he would require more extensive repairs. So arrangements were made to transfer him to the LNER's workshop at Darlington. On the day this was to take place, Donald stopped by the works to visit our number 3. "Oh, Henry, I'm so sorry about this." "What for? It wasn't your fault." "Yes, it was. It was the back half of my train you crashed into. And if you'd done it on purpose, I probably would blame you. But you didn't, and I don't. The only thing I blame for the crash is the wretched Snow for forcing that signal down. But I still feel guilty for killing one of your guards in the crash. Take your own advice, Henry. You didn't do it on purpose, so you're blameless for his death." "What was his name?" "Michael Creedy." "Did he have a family?" "Aye, a wife and 2 boys." "You might not blame me, Donald, but I'm willing to bet they will." "No, they won't. His wife's not a vindictive woman, and his wee lads, they're smart enough to understand. If you see them, can you tell them how sorry I am?" "I will. Don't you fret." "I'm sorry I can't stick around any longer, Henry, but I've got a goods train to pick up at Barrow." "I understand. Work must go on. Thank you so much for stopping by, Donald. It's really appreciated." "It was the least I could do." "Actually, the least you could have done was nothing." "Too true. Anyway, I best be off. Take care of yourself, Henry." "You too, lad." "I swear, officer, I didn't know what was in that crate. No one's accusing you, Francis. I need you to calm down and answer a few questions. Did you happen to see who handled that particular crate?" "Not really. It just looked like an ordinary crate to me." "Once it was loaded aboard yourself, did anyone come back to check on it?" "No, sir." "Do you know if anyone, trucks or workers, have been approached about transporting illicit goods?" "Well, yes. There's a rumor going around that one of the workmen is on the take, but I don't know who." "Interesting. Thank you, Francis. I'll be sure to investigate this further." "Goodness, Whiff, what's going on?" "The coppers found something on board that train." "What sort of something?" "Since their dog is going off, I'm guessing it's not soap." "Ark! Bloomin' smugglers! They're a blight upon the world. Tell me about it. How do you suppose they sleep at night?" "Quite well, I imagine. I mean, if they had any morals, they wouldn't be in that line of work. Then it's a good thing engines like Joey are fighting back against those prats." "Indeed. I just hope it'll be enough. For as long as there have been railways, there have been those seeking to exploit them for good and bad reasons. Smuggling had always been a problem, as trains can obviously go further and carry more cargo than most other vehicles. Most of the time, it was as simple as passengers hiding a small package on themselves or in their luggage. Then there were the cases of rolling stock being altered, of having extra compartments designed to hold larger items. It also wasn't unheard of for the smugglers to have railwaymen on their payroll. And following the thieving incident with Wendell, the Railway Security Directorate began cracking down on smuggling. Huge rings were broken up and many arrests were made. This forced the smugglers to become more creative in their law-breaking. "Could you run that by me again, Inspector?" "They coated the blades in wax and tried to pass them off as large candles. Really? Phew. I don't know whether to be impressed or disturbed by such ingenuity. Me neither. My men are questioning the ship's crew, and I would like to start among your staff as well, Mr. Zorro. What for? This ship dropped its cargo here, sir. It's possible they were working with someone in port. Like the harbor staff? Wouldn't that make more sense? That's an avenue we will also investigate. But with all due respect, sir, you can't deny the checkered history your company has had. We would never dare dabble in smuggling. Then you have nothing to worry about, do you? No. But I suppose it's pointless arguing with you about it. Then we can count on your cooperation? You can. My staff are at your disposal. Good. Because there's one I'd like to question immediately. Who? No, sir. I don't know anything about wax-coated blades. Really? Because I checked the manifest, and you were scheduled to take the train they were found on. How do you explain that? I can't, sir. So it's pure coincidence that an engine who spent a month in Railgate for various crimes is tasked with taking a train transporting stolen articles? Yes, sir. It is. I have no control over the schedules. Indeed. I'm the one who organizes it. And I assure you, neither myself or Jeffrey know anything about that shipment's ill-gotten cargo. I see. Well, thank you for your cooperation, gentlemen. Happy to help, sir. I'm available whenever you need me for further questioning. Thank you, Jeffrey. Do you want to grill any more of my engines, Inspector? No. But I would like to question the one called Diesel. Tell me something, Mr. Zorro. With his record, why on earth have you held on to him? Because he's a good worker. When he's not lobbing vans at rival engines? He should be over by the Eastern Piers. Follow me. Well, he had some nerve accusing you, Jeffrey. His suspicions are hardly unfounded, Reginald. What exactly do you mean by that? I mean, if I were investigating a crime, an ex-convict would most likely be my first suspect too. You've done your time, and you've been a moral engine ever since. Perhaps, but that doesn't eliminate the stigma of being a crook, no matter how much you accomplish after getting out. When you put it like that, it makes me wonder why anyone would ever become a criminal. I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it was pure ego. The belief that I could do anything and get away with it. And for the longest time, that was the case. It was inevitable I was going to get caught. If you had known, would you have stopped? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm glad I was. Railgate was an experience I sorely needed. It gave me the incentive to never go back to a life of crime. Phew. And they say imprisonment doesn't work. You lads hear about those blades they found at Brendan yesterday? Yes. What a surprise the middies were involved. Phew. I don't understand how the railway board can allow such shoddy engines to continue working on Sodor. I know. Why the Fat Controller didn't give them the boot is beyond me. I hate to say it, lads, but maybe that was for the best. How do you figure? Well, this island may be small, but I doubt 8 of us would be enough to run the whole thing. But if the LNER was given complete control, we'd get more engines, Percy. If that happened, I can guarantee 2 things. 1, there wouldn't be anywhere near the amount of crime on the rails. And 2, stupid accidents like the one Henry was in could be avoided. Be fair, James. That could have happened to anyone. It could have been caused by anyone. But it wasn't, and it didn't. Now Mr. Starr has to call in a replacement for Henry while he's at Darlington. When's he meant to arrive? Today, apparently. I was to take him to Knapford. That might be him now. How do, lads? My name's Winston. Hi, Winston. Welcome to Sodor. I'm Thomas. This is Percy and James. Nice to meet you all. I was told to report to you, Thomas. Yeah, I'm to take you on to Knapford. Tops. Say, before we head off, I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Do you have an engine named Edward working for you? Yes, we do. You wouldn't be the Winston who worked with him on the Furness Railway, would you? I would. You've heard of me? Edward's told us stories. I should have guessed. He always did enjoy a good yarn. What did he say specifically? That you were the backbone for the Furness Railway, being its goods engine and all. Oh, he's always been a good sort. I can't wait to see him. He might be up at Knapford right now. If we get going, you can see him soon. That'd be great. Lead on, Thomas. Okay then, follow me. Nice meeting you too. I look forward to working with you. What's the matter, Eric? You look rather pensive. No, I was just thinking, why hasn't Mr. Starr ever had me pull coaches? I don't know, old chap. Do you want to pull coaches? I'd like to give it a go. It can be pretty boring just taking trucks all the time. Maybe he doesn't think I'd be any good at passenger trains. More likely, he doesn't know you're interested. If you tell him you are, I'm sure he'll let you try your buffer at it. What if he says no? Then he says no. That's the worst that can come of it. But I think it more likely he'll be impressed by your ambition. And if you prove you're capable of handling goods and passenger trains, you'll become that much more useful to him. Do you think I'd be any good at it? With the right instruction, I think so. Right instruction? How difficult could it be? I said the exact same thing when I was learning to handle goods trains for the first time. It is very different, Eric. But if you lean on our experiences, you'll do very well. Thomas is a great teacher, so I'd start with him. Here he comes now. So why don't... What the... What's wrong, Edward? It can't be. Hey up, Edward, me old mucker. How are you? I don't believe it. Winston, what are you doing here? He's Henry's replacement, Edward. Well, bust my boiler. This is a surprise. Especially for me. If I hadn't approached you from the front, I'd have never picked it was you, Edward. What with that fancy paint job and all. I see you haven't changed your coat since we last saw each other. Still opting for the Furness Red, eh? Furness and proud of it. Too true, old chap. It's going to be wonderful having you here. We have so much to catch up on. But, as it tends to be with most things, business had to come before pleasure. As I said last time, the ice wouldn't be so thick on Sodor's waterways this winter, so shipping remained largely unaffected. This ensured we were kept busy throughout the season. Needless to say, Winston was a tremendous help. He got along with everyone, even a couple of the middies. I'm pleased to say he and I also had ample time to talk about the old days, sharing these reminiscences with the rest of the lads. Indeed, we rang in the new year on a very high note. Morning, chaps. Good morning, Homer. How was your new year? Before or after I lost 200 quid? 200 quid? Are you having us on? I wish I was. How did you... You know what? Never mind. That doesn't matter. Blimey, Homer. I thought you had it under control. I did. But I figure it being New Year, why not let loose a bit? Because you can't control yourself when you get started. You've dug yourself in deep this time, mate. Since you're still walking about, I'm guessing you haven't told Marge. No, but I'll have to. She's going to leave me for sure this time. I know it. That's if you're lucky. If not, this might be the last time we see you breathing. What am I going to do? Start praying, mate. Start praying hard. What am I going to tell Marge and the kids? How about nothing? Crikey! Who in blazes are you? Someone willing to help you with your current predicament. £200 is quite the substantial debt. How did you... Wait, I know you. You work at the yard. And I've made a tidy bundle because of it. You have? How? By working for me, of course. I would like to offer you the same opportunity. What sort of opportunity? £300 for a day's work? £300? Doing what? Delivering a few packages. That's all. Packages of what? You don't need to know. On second thoughts, I think I'll pass. Very well. Give my regards to your lovely wife and your 3 adorable children. When's the delivery? Tomorrow. My associate here will slip my cargo into the yard. You will then load it aboard your train and escort it to its destination at the harbor. There, you will be greeted by another associate of mine, who will take it from there. Understood? Yes. Good. Welcome aboard. Good morning, partner. Don't call me that. Oh, lighten up. Where's the package? It's in the 5th van from the front. I've marked the crate with an X. Will anyone else on the train know what's going on? Maybe the engine and their crew? Or maybe no one. I don't know. He doesn't tell me much. Then how am I going to deliver the crate at the harbor? Someone will approach you and ask if the train is carrying any special items. You'll tell them where the crate is. Once they've taken it, they'll pay you, and you go about your business. Simple as that. Just how long have you been doing this? Long enough to afford a summer home in Jamaica? You're joking. Nope. This little sideline is very profitable. If you stick with it, you'll never have to worry about losing your home or your wife to that little gambling habit of yours. I'm only going to do this once, and then I'm out. Yeah, keep telling yourself that, mate. Well, the train went out on time, Gov. Are you sure he's up to the task? He's too desperate to not see it through. I hope so, because my associates wish to bring in a large quantity of the product and will require a secure route for transportation. I'm sure if you offer the same rate plus a little extra, he'll be too happy to oblige. Well, maybe not happy, but he'll still do it. You seem awfully sure about that. My old man was a compulsive gambler. Trust me, they can't stop. I will pass on your advice to my associates. If they agree, we can begin next week. Police! Don't move! What? Gentlemen, you're under arrest for smuggling, distribution of narcotics, larceny, bribery, and extortion. Bother. Tomsky, go tell Joey he can intercept that train now. Right, Sarge. Typical. I was making excellent time and a MIDI fouls it up. Why do you assume this is my fault? Because any engine depraved enough to conspire against the Flying Scotsman is almost certain to have a role in any act of wrongdoing. How many times must I apologize for that? As many as needed. If you can be bothered to remove your smoke box from your tender for a moment, you will notice I too have been shunted. Which is fortunate, because ignorance irritates me. And I can now ask you in person what you have done. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like you had nothing to do with those wax-coated blades. There is coincidence, and then there is complicity. I am complicit in nothing. We shall see. What's the matter, Joey? This train is suspected of carrying illegal narcotics. I need you to uncouple at once and come with me, Gordon. Excuse me.
I like pumpkin pie.
Odor has had a great
Ah.
many distinguished visitors over the years. Queen Elizabeth,
Queen Elizabeth. Oh, Kevin, look on the Discord server. I added a few channels.
Cool.
Okay. They're pushed down. We got a Thomas and Friends channel.
And a Christmas presents channel.
Yep. Where we're gonna show up pictures of our Christmas items.
Eat. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the dumbasses were surprised to find out that I
Yeah,
was
they're not
13.
getting the link. I have a channel you could put.
What?
Link our group channel. Hangout. Oh, there goes the trash. Pencils. Join the party. They're in there.
The second, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and even Albert Einstein. But the island's first true brush with celebrity came on August 12, 1938, with the arrival of a very special engine, Montgomery of the Great Western Railway. Things were certainly lively around the shed that day, let me tell you. Hordes of people turned out to see the poster boy for the GWR. Mr. Starr, delighted in the publicity this generated, and used the event to forge new business partnerships. That man never failed to seize an opportunity. A splendid time was had by all, made all the more special given that Montgomery had graciously brought Duck with him. It's so nice to have you back on Sodor, Duck. Feels like ages since you were last here. I know. It's criminal that I haven't been back sooner. And you can thank Monty over there for bringing me back. Monty? You call him that? It's a nickname. Don't forget my real name is Montague. He doesn't mind? Of course not. Why would he? It's just a grand engine like that. I thought, well, that he'd be too conceited. Well, I can assure you he's not. Which I'll admit is quite surprising given his motto, which is what? There are two ways of doing things, the Great Western Way or the wrong way. If you had led with that line, Duck, I would have said he was more puffed up in the smoke box than Gordon. Speak of the devil. Pah! A lot of nonsense over nothing, if you ask me. Gee, judging by the look on his face, it's almost as if he heard you, Thomas. Yeah, it is. So either he's got real good hearing, or he's put out about something. Like what? Ah, who cares? Let's just enjoy this. Not only would the rest of the day be enjoyed, that night was equally entertaining. Just as Duck said, Montgomery wasn't conceited at all. He enjoyed talking to us at length about everything and nothing. While I admit we were a little starstruck, some more than others, that didn't detract from the fact he was an incredibly charming chap. The next morning, he left the island. For several days afterwards, we talked about the visit to anyone who would or wouldn't listen. Duck stayed behind to lend a hand around the line, which unfortunately meant he had to listen to Gordon's endless moaning alongside the rest of us. Crew, all that pomp and ceremony. Who does he think he is? The Duke of Sodor? He's famous, Gordon. Famous for what, exactly? For being the first engine, nay, the first vehicle to ever reach 100 miles an hour. So he says. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that claim has never been verified. He has no reason to lie, Gordon. No reason other than promoting himself and his company. If I didn't know better, Gordon, I'd think you were jealous. Well, clearly, Thomas, You don't know better. After all, what would I have to be jealous about? Even if his first claim to fame didn't happen, he's gone 100 miles an hour since. I'll bet you couldn't top that. Balderdash. I'm an express engine, Thomas. Built for speed. Oh, so you reckon you could hit 100, eh? I never boast, but I say 100 miles an hour would be easy for me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get this train to its destination. Good day, gentlemen. Hello, Duck, old chap. How are things? Oh, just fine, Edward.
Let's talk about.
You look
why
like you're still
started-
beaming over
Yeah,
Monty's
sorry,
visit,
that's the very first
and
reason.
rightly so,
Yeah.
for he made me an offer. Oh, what sort of an offer? He said he'd be coming back to Sodor next year, and when he does, he wants me to double-head a special train with him. Really? Wow. That was very kind of him. Too right, old boy. I'm incredibly flattered and humbled. You're very lucky to work alongside a grand fellow like that. He's the finest engine in the world, no mistake. Now, if I can only get Gordon to realize that. Take no notice of him, Duck. Thomas told me about your little chat with him yesterday. I don't care what he says, he's jealous through and through. I must admit, I'm a little concerned we went too far in teasing him. How so? Well, we practically dared him to do 100 miles an hour if he could. Now I'm worried. Don't be, Duck. Gordon may be proud, but he's not reckless. He would never do anything to jeopardize his passengers. You can see for yourself. Here he comes now. See? He's sticking to the speed limit like always. Phew, that's a relief. I can't help but wonder now what would happen if he did try to top Monty's speed. Well, since he's never gone that fast before, I'd say he'd probably knock himself to bits. Unfortunately, I would be partly right that day. Of course, Gordon wasn't exceeding the speed limit. He never had and never would. That's not to say he didn't run into some trouble as he approached the bottom of the hill. Ouch!
Oh,
What's wrong? Something just hit me. Do you need to stop? No, I'll persevere. It turns out the thing that had struck him was a loose brick that had fallen from the bridge overhead. Even if our number 4 had stopped, I doubt his crew would have found anything wrong. The damage would only be discovered at the viaduct, where a teasing wind coiled around the arches and the tracks. Like he had 100 times before, Gordon thundered over the ravine. Midway across, it happened. What the? Oh, really? Yes, the brick had struck our number 4 square on the dome, loosening the seals and allowing for the wind to pluck it straight from his boiler. It was very unpleasant for Gordon to travel the rest of the way without it. I imagine the equivalent sensation would be like having a cavity. However, Gordon pressed on to Barrow, arriving on time despite his injury. I'm sorry to say the passengers were less than tactful as they pointed out Gordon's dome was missing. He couldn't get out of the station fast enough. But he would find no sanctuary in the yard. Trying a new look, Gordon. Better take care. You know what they say about domeless engines? They aren't respectable. Pah! What would you lowlifes know about respectability? Of course, Gordon had to go to the works to get his dome replaced. While it was a quick fix, our number 4 still lamented the circumstances that brought him there. It also didn't help that the workmen found additional problems that needed attending to. While nothing serious, merely the hallmarks of wear and tear, these ancillary repairs would keep Gordon out of action for the next several weeks, forcing Mr. Starr to bring in a temporary replacement. So what's this I hear about you having a problem on the branch, Thomas? It wasn't a problem, but it came close to being one, let me tell you. Please do. All right. So I was getting ready to take my afternoon train to Farquhar. I was hoping to take on some water at Elsbridge, but the blooming tower was on the fritz. Anyway, Pete here came up with the idea of taking on water from the river, using a bucket tied to the end of some rope. I'm guessing it worked. I didn't hear about you stalling on the branch. Oh, it worked like a treat. Took a while, but it still worked. The thing is, after a few goes, Pete started daydreaming, and on one of the times, he was about to pour the water into my boiler when he discovered there was something else in the bucket. What? Fish! Fish! And he nearly pulled them in. Yep, he was an inch away from turning my boiler into a cooker. I did realise. You also said it wouldn't have been so bad. Fry up some chips and we can have a nice lunch, you said. That's a good one. Yeah, I can laugh about it. All the same, I'm glad it didn't happen. Can you imagine what it would feel like having fish swimming around inside you? Oh, do I have to? In more ways than one, I'm glad it didn't happen. I would have never lived it down. Who's that? I don't know. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Alice, your temporary express engine. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Sodor. I'm Thomas. This is Eric. Hello, Alice. A pleasure to meet you both. I look forward to working with you. I also apologize for being a little late. Late? You're not late. You're 10 minutes early. Oh, sorry. It's a habit I picked up in London. What habit? From my manager. He would always say, if you aren't early, you're late. Our manager's also a stickler for the timetables. Speaking of which, I've got several lines of trucks to shunt before I get your coaches ready. No need for that, Thomas. I can fetch my own coaches. Wait, what? Really? You sound so perplexed by that. I am. No offense. I'm just not used to express engines doing their own shunting unless they absolutely had to. I know what you mean. My siblings in London treat the shunters like slaves. It's disgraceful. I, on the other hand, am not afraid to pull my own weight. You've just earned a friend in me for life, Alice. Splendid. So, where can I fetch these coaches from and get turned around? Just beyond the station, the line veers right. There's a turntable a little ways down. There's also a line of coaches near there. You can use those if you like. Marvellous. Well, I had better get underway. Once more, a pleasure meeting you fine fellows. Well, she's nice. So right. Not bad to look at either. Careful, Thomas. Wouldn't want Kate hearing that. Oh, shut up. My word, Alfred was right. This island has some breathtaking scenery. Ah, there's the turntable and... Wait, is that... No, it can't be. Although, green tender, adorned with the number 3? Who else could it be? If it is... if it is, I think a little dose of nostalgia is in order. The tunnel? Really? A stone construct surrounded by earth? It's the perfect bomb shelter. Or the perfect tomb. What if they dropped a particularly large bomb during an air raid? They'd be buried alive. The same could be said about any other shelter. The only thing that tunnel would be good at sheltering you from is rain. Well, if the Germans do ever bomb Sodor, you can be sure I'll make a dash for that tunnel. That's assuming you learn of their coming beforehand. Oh, I will. My senses are on heightened alert. Bust my boiler! Are you ever not going to fall for that, Henry? What the? Alice? Is that you? Hello, old friend. It's been a long time. You two know each other? Aye. Alice and I worked together back on the Great Northern Railway. I was partly based on her design, which was one of the reasons why I had so many problems back then. No offense, lass. None taken. Those crooks should never have built you the way they did. Aye, I could nary move 10 yards without losing steam. In truth, Alice kept me going. She was always so encouraging, so kind. I don't think I ever thanked you for that. You're welcome. I did hear you received an overhaul, but I had no idea it was done here. I love that new boiler, Henry. You look very handsome. Oh, well, thank you. So, I gather you're filling in for Gordon? Yes, I am. I hope to do as good a job as he. I know you will, Alice. You never failed to do so back on the GNR. Oh, thank you, Henry. Should I leave you two alone, Henry? Button it, James. Alice was indeed a magnificent replacement. Aside from taking the express, she also helped out with goods work, shunting, and any other job that needed doing. Every task she undertook, she did so with a smile, with utter professionalism, and, most importantly, without complaint. We even started joking about the possibility of swapping her for Gordon. A horrible jest, maybe, but that didn't make us wrong. This is Star. Oh, hello, Jim. How are you? Good to hear. How's the wife? My lovely missus is just fine too. So, to what do I owe the pleasure? I see. When? Any idea who it'll be? No, I don't suppose it does. All right. Yes, I will. All right. Thank you for the heads up, Jim. Much appreciated. All right. Goodbye. Bother. That's the last thing I need. Really? You can speak Spanish? Sí. No consigo práctica a menudo, pero consigo cerca. Ah, you show off, Toby. I'm proud of it. Huh. Color me impressed. When did you learn? Well, sorry, Toby, but nostalgia will have to wait. Sir, how do you do that? How do I do what, Percy? How do you always seem to appear at the right moment? Magic. I don't know. Does it matter? Sir, are you all right? I'm sorry. I just got a phone call from a friend of mine at head office, saying we'll soon be getting a visit from a railway board inspector. A board inspector, sir? Oh dear. Why, oh dear? Well, based on the stories I've heard, such visits are always followed by a round of sackings and closures, which is why I'm not too thrilled about it either. Nonetheless, we have to deal with it. So, I want you all to be on your best behavior, meaning no fighting, no arguments, no bickering, and, most importantly, no tricks. He's looking at you, Diesel. Shut up, Peter. I'm looking at all of you. We've incurred too many infringements here on Sodor. The last thing I want is to cop another amidst a railway board inspection. Don't be devious. Phew, he doesn't ask much. Sir, I just had a thought. It's a miracle. Who's bringing the inspector in? Huh, that's a good question. Who is bringing him in, sir? Scott, sir? That's right. The inspector will be coming aboard another of Scott's holiday trains from London. Both it and he will be at Knapford on Thursday. I guess it won't be all bad then. Scott was delightful company the last time he was here. Let's just hope we don't have a repeat of the entire experience. I'm hoping for something more pleasant too, Percy. But you know what they say about he who lives on hope. That delightful sentiment was something we had to put up with until that Thursday, 3 days later. By that point, Mr. Starr was all riled up and agitated about the inspection, as were the rest of us. Why do these government types always have to stick their noses into our business? I know. Given the situation in Europe, you'd think they'd have bigger fish to fry. I can tell you this, lads. If this inspector is anything like Burke and Blair, I'm going to retire. I might just join you, old chap. Well, here he comes. Hello, Scott. Welcome back to Sodor. Hello, Mr. Starr. I'm delighted to be back. I trust Alice has been doing a fine job filling in for Gordon. She's done.
I'm back to life.
I'll be sad.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Oh dear. I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. Bye. Oh, and don't walk on the railroad tracks, and don't hack people's YouTube channels. Bye.